Here's a fun Friday night activity to do with your significant other when you think you want to buy a home. Independently, make a list of all of your wants and needs, then present them to one another and go point by point on why each of you are out of your mind. Next day, dust off that Tinder profile. So here's some food for thought on why you might want to settle when it comes to getting your first home. We don't chase them, we replace them. Most people's first home is not the same home that's going to serve their needs in 5-7 years. This fairy tale idea of forever home is just that. It's a fairy tale. For most of us, we start out with some type of starter home. Use this one as a stepping stone to get into the market and lead you to that forever home. My first home was in an area that wasn't the safest, and I heard helicopters a couple times a week. But it was a great first step to start getting all of the benefits of home ownership. So my man loves to say he'd rather have a fast nickel than a slow dime, and I think it couldn't be more true when it comes to home ownership. You want to get in the market as soon as you can so you can start building all of those benefits, the tax benefits, the principal reduction, stop throwing your money away in rent, appreciation. The sooner you get in, the sooner you can move on to that next home. Financial stress can turn that dream home into a nightmare real quick. Yes, I'm a loan officer telling you don't borrow everything the bank will give you. Just because you can get approved for a higher amount doesn't mean that's what you need to borrow. You're the one that's got to make that monthly payment. So make sure it's comfortable for you and your spouse or significant other. It's not your forever home if you can't afford it forever. Number one cause of divorce, cheating. Second reason, you can't afford your house. One option is buying a duplex. You can go FHA 3.5% down, so very low down payment, or look at a single family that has an ADU, so you can possibly do long-term or short-term rental. Hey, even look for a roommate. That can help subsidize the payment that way. At least you're getting into the market and starting to build wealth. Ask a pro. A local realtor will help you when looking at those wants and needs and give you a good idea of how much is this all going to cost. They're also great at helping settle those disagreements. Disclaimer, the fun part is definitely over. As a consolation prize, you can now start referring to your significant other by their new pet name, co-borrower. So you're gonna wanna talk to a mortgage professional early in the process so you can start planning how much you're gonna need, what your credit needs to look like, the documents that you would need. The earlier you plan, the less stress you'll have when you're actually ready to start making offers. Speaking of credit scores heavily impact the rate and the cost of the loan. So get ahead of it early and make sure you know your credit scores. If they're not where you need them to be, find a specialist to help you get them there. It's not going to fix itself, so don't ignore it. If you really want to buy, work on your credit. So you're convinced, scrap that dream home. We're going to do the stepping stone. So now look and see what's the most important thing. Look at those wants and needs and what you must have. So a few things. Where must the home be? How much space do you really need? What condition of the property are you willing to live with? What features must it have? How big of a backyard is needed so the in-laws have a place to sleep? So lots of important things to think about when it comes to buying. The important thing is to put a plan together and just take action. Realize that this is just a stepping stone to your forever home.